Alright, so on the last video, we found out that the whole introduction to the story of Superior were just these two kids who were watching the movie. And then the two kids start talking about the movie and how pieces of the characters seem pretty lame, or at least the friend. Now, there's one character who's in a wheelchair, and he seems to be the main character. And it transitions to a bunch of kids who come over and start to ridicule them and also bully them. But in particular, the one who's getting bullied is the kid in the wheelchair, and his friend stands up for him. And as the exchanges keep going on, eventually, the kid in the wheelchair, which we don't know his name yet, his mom pops up and interjects, and she says, "What's going on here?" But we still see that his friend stands up for him, and his friend's name is Chris. And she mentions that Chris is a really good kid, and the boy says he's the best. And then we come to find out that the boy in the wheelchair's name is Simon. And like we mentioned before, his friend's name is Chris. And we get some backstory for Simon that both of the boys were actually on the basketball team, but then as time went on, something was happening to the body of Simon, which goes into some of the illnesses that he has. Now, Simon goes into dialogue just really describing how his body started to feel during the transitional phase, which included aches all over his body, headaches, and things of that nature. And it felt like his whole entire body was shutting down, but there was one person who never left his side, and that happened to be Chris, which we can assume is his best friend. And one of the great things about Chris is that he always finds time to spend with Simon, that he's a friend beyond friends. He hasn't left him just because he's sustained this illness of sorts of sclerosis. And we transition into Simon, who is about to go to bed, and his mom comes in and she gives him a goodnight kiss. And then we transition into something that is looking at Simon's house, but more importantly, him. And it starts to say magnify, magnify, magnify. And then we hear this dialogue that says,
Wake up, Simon. I need to talk to you.
and Simon's like, huh? So then he turns around and all he sees is this monkey, this spacesuit monkey. And the monkey says, I'm
I'm here to make a serious proposition.
And Simon's like, holy. And Simon tries to call his mom and dad, and eventually he gets up. And then the monkey's like,
Just chill.
and he basically warps them into this place that seems beyond time and space where no one else can hear them and no one else can reach Simon. And this monkey says that his name is Orman, and out of 6 billion people, he chose Simon. And of course, the question from Simon, like anyone else, would be, for what? And then the monkey says,
The magic wish, of course.
and Simon is transformed into Superior, and he says,
Oh my God.
and we come to the end of this episode. So if you're enjoying the content, comment in the comment section, drop some hearts, and I'll catch you all later for the next one. Later, everyone.